everyone, this is Herrick with another episode of Action Figure This Out. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Ultron Wave, Moon Knight. Now, I picked this guy up at my local Walmart. They had the whole wave there, including the Contrue Build-A-Figure wave, so I was really excited to see that they had quite a bit of figures. Once I saw this in store, I knew that I had to pick it up. So before we get started, let's just take a quick look at the packaging here. Off the bat, you're going to see the figure through the window, along with his accessories. It says Marvel Legends at the top, Moon Knight at the bottom with the Moon Knight logo from the Disney Plus TV show. On the side, you're going to see a picture of Moon Knight. On the back, you're going to see another picture of Moon Knight, along with a little bio here for him. As well, you're going to see the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure and the other figures in this wave. You're going to see another picture of Moon Knight on the other side, the Moon Knight symbol at the top, and for anybody who needs it, here's the barcode at the bottom of the box. So, let's action figure this out and take a look at this figure out of the packaging. Clad in ceremonial armor of Khonshu's chosen warriors throughout the centuries, Mark Spector as Moon Knight, sworn to obey Khonshu and deliver his vengeance accordingly. So, first we're going to take a look at the height of this figure. In inches, Moon Knight stands at around 6.5 inches, which roughly equates to like 16.5 centimeters, almost 17. So, right away, I'm just going to say that this figure is amazing. I love the mummified look that his suit has. All the wraps are reminiscent of bandages of a mummy. This figure comes with a few accessories. He has an extra pair of hands, some fist hands. And he comes with these two crescent accessories as weapons. So he can hold those in his grabby hands that he has on right now. This look for Moon Knight really works for this figure. He has some hieroglyphic runes on his suit as well as a crescent on his chest as a Moon Knight logo. This suit looks really detailed and the sculpt is superb. Hasbro did a great job on getting the likeness from the show onto plastic. His hood has a point to it that goes in between his eyes, which is nice and makes him look pretty badass. His eyes are painted white with a little bit of blue in it to give it the effect that his eyes are glowing. His torso, as you can see, has gold paint on the crescent, on his chest, and underneath the wrappings. As well, he has gold on his belt. His cape can come off if you take his head off, but you're just going to be left with a hood on his head. Overall, this is a pretty nice figure, and I'm glad I picked it up. So, now that we've taken a closer look at this figure, let's take a look at the articulation. So, in his neck and head, there's a dumbbell joint, which gives you the ability to look. You can't really look up too much. You can look down more than anything. So he can go and almost have his chin touch his chest. He can go side to side, no problem. 360. And he has a little bit of tilt. So that's nice. For his shoulders, he has a hinge that goes out 90 degrees. He can go forward, no problem. Back all the way. He's not hindered by that cape at all. He has a bicep cut, which gives you full 360 degree motion going side to side. A double jointed pinless elbow. So that's real nice. And he can get this far, so a little over 90 degrees. And for he has a hinge, a vertical hinge in his wrist, giving you the ability to go up this much and down this much. And he can swivel side to side, 360 degree, no problem. He has a diaphragm cut, which gives you full motion round and round like this. He can go forward this much, which is not too much. He can go back this much, side to side, and he can swivel. So that's where you're going to get all the rotation since he doesn't have a waist cut. So for his hips, he has a ball joint, which gives you a little over 45 degrees. He can't do the splits, but he can get pretty close. He can kick forward this much, so almost 90 degrees. He can barely kick back. This is as far as you're going to go. And he has a thigh cut, which gives you full 360-degree rotation going around like this. He has a double-jointed pinless knee. So, it gives him the ability to kick his own ass. So that's nice. And he has a hinge in his ankle. You can go back this much, forward this much, and he has a forward-facing pin for a rocker. So that's pretty nice. So now that we've taken a look at the articulation, let's take a look at how he compares with other figures. Alright, so first we're going to take a look and see how Moon Knight compares with the retro Iron Man from the 90s animated series and the retro War Machine. Next, we have him standing next to the cel-shaded retro Spider-Man and the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Here we have him standing next to the retro Scorpion and the retro carded Shocker. Here we have him standing next to the Herald of Galactus Thor and the Mark 70 Iron Man. Next we have him standing next to Captain America from Avengers Infinity War and Captain America from Avengers Endgame. Here we have him standing next to the Crime Syndicate Owlman by McFarlane and Superwoman. Next, we have him standing next to the Detective Comics 1000 Batman and the Future State Batman. And now, standing next to the 80th anniversary Thor and the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Captain America. And here we have him standing next to the Star Wars Black Series Cobb Vanth and the Deluxe Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi. Okay, next we have him standing next to the Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Sugar Man and the Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Colossus. Okay, now we have him standing next to the Mafex The Dark Knight version 3 and the previews exclusive Mezco Hellboy. And here we have him standing next to the Curse of the White Knight Azrael and the Suit of Sorrows Azrael. So, I think that's going to be about it for today. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Action Figure This Out, where we took a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Ultron Wave Moon Knight from the Disney Plus Moon Knight show. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews of your favorite action figures. As well, don't hesitate to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Again, this is Herrick from Action Figure This Out, signing off.